A couple of interesting things have popped up for crypto over the past 24 hours. There's a new video that just dropped about XRP kind of being in a cult together with ADA, and that all the holders are waiting for something that's never going to happen. I'll comment on that. There's been a crazy meme coin season over on Tron that all of a sudden is getting everybody wrecked. There's a couple of traders I know that are doing extremely well with Tron, but generally speaking, everybody I have spoken to has lost money. Then again, it's one of the hottest things, so I'll definitely have to cover it. And I'm looking through roughly 60% of the largest hedge funds have disclosed Bitcoin ETF holdings. Absolutely insane and just happened. And for the most part, it's just a little bit of a mix between, on the one side, policy, regulations, all taking a step for the worst, while on the opposite side, more and more fears of a recession, and I guess on the similar side still, the crypto altcoin season really being about here. Trust me guys, I've tried recording this outside next to the beautiful pool or something, but the Greece sun is not allowing for it, so might as well be inside, right? So first of all, if you do not believe an altcoin season is here, I understand, because a lot of the signs are not showcasing it just quite yet. But I'll tell you that from almost any angle, it just seems like another crazy breakout here within the next few weeks. I'm going to leave it a little bit open and say next 6 weeks or so is very, very logical in comparison to what we saw back then. I will obviously have to add that every year, yeah, and here's the freaking... This, if you know the story behind it, it's crazy funny. If you do not know, this guy is Pump.Fund developer, so he's basically been launching meme coins, but I can't even say what he's been doing. It's crazy, absolutely crazy, but really, really funny story. Anyway, this is one of the ones I got to show you. 60% of the largest hedge funds have disclosed Bitcoin ETF holdings. That is at the exact same time. I have this open so many times because it was freaking hilarious. But that is at the exact same time where so many people are dubious, they're not sure if they should be holding, etc., etc. But just understand, all these hedge funds are going for crypto. It is right now time. Why? Well, partially maybe because of the recession fears, partially maybe because they are thinking that the stock market could get a lot worse, or that in general life can get a lot worse. Take a look at this. Feds face up to 1 million US jobs vanishing, and potentially the largest downward revision in 15 years. That's a pretty long time if you were to ask me, right? Another small thing that was actually quite interesting. This is when it comes to the Tron meme coins. This trader turned 1.69 thousand of SUNDOG into $20 million in 6 days. This address was one of the earliest SUNDOG buyers and purchased 104 million tokens for like $1,600. They currently hold $20 million of SUNDOG across 7 addresses, and also sent $1 million worth of it to exchanges for a total profit of 20 mil. And I think what Anson tried to point out is that a lot of people are going for it, aiming to strike their freaking diamonds, but turn back just before they get there. And so this person was able to turn $1,600 into 20 million, just like how a friend of mine did an interview a couple of days ago with the BONK guy. And I think that guy, I'm not sure how much he started with, but was able to turn, I'm going to say $16,000 into 10 million as well with BONK. Again, I'm not 1,000% sure on the numbers, but I think it might have even been more than 16 million. It might be somewhere in that ballpark. So 16,000 to 60 million, something along those lines. Just absolutely phenomenal. But it was with leverage trading over on Bybit. I've left a link to Bybit down below. It's one of the crazier things you can do in crypto. But before we do move on, there is one more thing I've got to talk about, and that is the Bitcoin Dogs Club. So this, matter of fact, is the first Bitcoin-related ICO I've seen for a meme. So it's something quite unique. I made a post about it a little bit earlier, and it's launching within a few hours. You see even Altcoin Daily posted about it. Many are posting about it now. I think it's launching in like 3 or so hours. They raised like $13 or $14 million publicly, and I think I made a post about it as well last night. Yeah, so here you see Zero Dog is the first ever coin offering I've seen for a Bitcoin meme coin. Could grab a lot of attention just like Tron has the last couple of days, and so it was kind of, in my opinion, fitting in this type of video. They've got some strong community backing of 13 million. They've got proper utility and some exchange listings lined up. And then there's a press release if you are interested in seeing more about all of that. If it loads here, you can see a little bit more about what Bitcoin Dogs is. But yeah, personally, I think this could do pretty well because it's getting a lot of attention. They know how to do the marketing, and you might want to check it out for yourself. Now, there's one more thing, And this, I'm not 1,000% sure on because it just got community noted. I was saying this is about to go crazy. And what it was about is a post that gathered like 10 million views, as you can see right here. Pretty crazy, or at least 8 million views. Watcher Guru said Kamala Harris backs President Biden's 44.6 capital gains tax proposal, the highest in history. The proposal also includes a 25% tax on unrealized gains for high net worth individuals. So that was pretty massive. But I guess it's all a lie, or what? Because first of all, that would be the stupidest thing to support. But second of all, there's a community note that says, right, and I'm in the community notes program, so I can see the ones that even have not gotten approved yet. The Harris campaign has not announced any policies, including capital gains tax raises. The announcement is not mentioned in any major news outlet because it is untrue. These tweets are coordinated fear-mongering from crypto news outlets. But anyway, we're not sure if that is all true, so I'm just going to put it on a little low piece of fire. What we do know is that the crypto space has reset itself ever so slightly, or I think that's the best way to say it, because the funding is basically back to zero. And what that means is that trading right now has become a lot more profitable, or at least less risky, because you're not paying some exorbitant amount of fees to go long anymore, right? Now, shorting obviously is going to cost you some, but that's actually a really good thing to reset the bull market because it makes more people go long, as obviously it's going to get them paid to do that. Anyway, so a little bit earlier in the video, I said there's a little cult type of accusement or whatever, accusing going on. Charles Hoskinson, the co-founder of Cardano, said, "So Brad, when are we going to go to these secret cult meetings? I never got the memo from Raul. Why? Well, because Raul Powell states, avoid old coins like XRP and ADA. I just feel like you're being done a disservice because you're in a cult. Raul Powell's statements about avoiding other older coins like XRP and ADA suggest a belief that these projects may have lost their innovative edge or that their narratives are no longer compelling in the context of newer developments in the blockchain space. What's your reaction to these strong statements?" Well, you know what? I think, let's take a look.
XRP, it's like from 2 bull markets ago. You might be right, you might love it forever. Just please move to whatever the strong momentum is. I know there's that fear in your head is this time it'll be the big one. You'll get plenty of notification, you get back in, but don't miss the bull market because you're in a narrative of past. And the communities are huge. And I don't want to get attacked by people online for this, but I just feel like you're being done a disservice by being in a cult. Our job is to be mercenaries. We're in the job to make money, not to be a cult. Cults don't make money except for the leaders. So I know it hurts people when I say this. Cardano, XRP, there's a whole bunch of these. I really hope you're right, but hope is not an investment.
When it comes to these type of videos though, I never really mind them. There are 1,000 different videos made every single day about why you shouldn't hold crypto or why this or that crypto is stupid. And I personally think it should be a little bit of a journey for everybody on their own to kind of look into a crypto and say, this is going to go up for that reason, this is going to go up for that reason. I agree with him on the notion of don't stick to just old things that do not have any hype, do not have any community, do not make any sense anymore. It's logical. However, I think for the coins he's mentioning, like XRP here, I do believe it will still go for some crazy gains. Regardless of it being old, Ethereum in a lot of ways is not the best, but they got themselves a juicy community, a juicy ecosystem, and for that reason, it is still flourishing. With XRP, they've been building for a long time. They've got an advantage over a lot of other projects, but more importantly, the community is crazy. So I believe the moment that $1 is crossed, for example, and the momentum starts going, that the hype that there was previously is going to come back in a multitude fold, right? That's again my personal belief. Then again, if you're only holding one coin and it's an older one, it is less attractive. I think it's less nice to do that. I think it's worse to only hold one coin, especially if it's an old one. From the one perspective, you got more certainty of a bull market run with an older coin because it will probably do well, might just not do as well as newer coins. But my angle is whenever the bull market starts going crazy again, the altcoin season is here, pivot more towards things that have not gone for a crazy rush. But right now, since XRP is already one of the biggest ones, the risk reward is in a pretty good spot. So I don't agree with him with being a cult, yada, yada, yada. But let these people speak. They don't matter too much to your investment portfolio. Let them all have their opinion. Just like there's thousands of people, millions of people that hate Bitcoin and do not want to see anything else except for it failing. People have different opinions. Let them have it. Let them be. And you know what? I think that's about it.